Hey friends, and welcome back to another video. My name is Kate if you're new here. I've just recently come back to YouTube. I'm trying to get onto a consistent routine with posting videos again, but a couple people have asked like just a general update about my life, and I thought that's what I would share with you today. If you've been here in the past, you know that my family and I moved to Central America almost 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years in January. And life has certainly changed in many different ways since moving here. A lot of beautiful ways. It certainly hasn't been without its difficulties and challenges, but overall, we absolutely love our life here. So one thing is I am on my way to becoming bilingual. I thought by 4 years in, I would be completely bilingual, and it humbles me every day how hard it is to learn another language and think in that language. I can communicate and get by. I understand quite a bit as long as people aren't talking too fast, but it's hard. Entonces yo quiero aprender más de español, pero es un poco difícil para mí, pero this is a new book that I've gotten, Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish. I saw it somewhere on Instagram, and it just teaches you in different ways. So it's something that I've been working through. But I just so desperately want to be able to speak like easily, fluently in Spanish. So that is coming along. I'll give you a little adoption update because I know a lot of you were here for that whole journey through our fostering and adoption process. Our daughter just turned 7 this past summer, and life is a beautiful challenge with her as it is with our other kids as well. But adoption, of course, brings some unique challenges, and we've been so blessed to be her parents and to walk through this life with her and journey through with her. Parenting children from trauma is definitely different than parenting children without trauma. And the older she's gotten, the more we've had to deal with, and it's not my story to share, it's her story, but I just want to speak from the adoptive parent point of view. She started in a private school that has a special needs program. This is her second year. She's in 2nd grade, and it has been amazing for her. 1st grade was wonderful. She really struggles with change. So 2nd grade was a little bit of a bumpy start, but praise God, her teacher is phenomenal. She's doing so good. She's almost reading. We're just, we're so proud of her. She amazes us every day. Everybody who meets her absolutely loves her. She's a complete joy, and she just makes everybody her friend. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. We do have some contact with somebody in her biological family, which has been nice to see. A slow development, but there is some development there, so that's been really beautiful to see. Again, I'm not going to share any more other than that, but yeah, I think as time has gone on, as we're parenting her, and she's not just an infant, a toddler, you know, she's growing up and things are changing for her, I've just become even more aware of the importance of being trauma informed and parenting from a trauma lens. I've been doing a ton of research. I've even done some recent therapy, counseling sessions, some EDMR, all things that will help me as her mom. Yeah, I feel like because she's adopted, I have this extra sense of responsibility that I don't have with my biological children. And I don't know, maybe if you are an adoptive parent, you get that. But I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like there's this extra sense of responsibility. And I know things are going to be challenging and difficult for her, and identity issues, and like I've done a lot of research about that, and I just want to do the best that I can on my end as being her mom. And yeah, so I've just really been diving deep into trauma parenting and how to parent from that lens, and I just hope I'm doing all right by her, and just praying that God will sustain and strengthen me as we journey through this together. I know from an outside perspective, parenting with a trauma lens doesn't always make sense, but I'm so thankful that we have a great partner in her special needs teacher at school who this year, when she was really struggling at school, it was just like, let's make sure she feels safe. Like, he totally gets it. He totally understands. He put some things into place that are like right out of a trauma parenting manual. And it's just been phenomenal to see that, to have other people in her life doing this with us, with her. And she's incredible. I'm so blessed to be her mom. That's enough about her. Doing amazing. And this December, we will be celebrating 5 years of her adoption date. She's obviously been with us since day one, since we were fostering her, but we get to celebrate her adoption date as well, which is like a second birthday for her, kind of. She loves it. We do a cake and do the whole thing. So on that note, talk a little bit about foster care. I miss foster care. I really miss fostering. It was such a big part of my life for so long, and being able to like positively impact children and their families. Yeah, carrying that on here. There is no official foster care system here, but we actually did unofficially foster a teenage mom. This time last year, she was with us for just a few months, but her and her little guy who was 3 at the time. And fostering teens, fostering another parent, it was very different than fostering children. In many ways, she was a child herself, but in other ways, she's a parent, and, you know, teaching her to be a good mom and how to care for her child well, and in dealing with all of her own trauma. There was a lot of like push away, like she didn't know how to be loved, and she ended up leaving very temporarily, going back to a very poor situation. She is doing okay now. I actually found out this week, she messaged me just a couple days ago that she is expecting again, so there will be another little baby added to the mix. I saw her son, who's now 4, his dad came to visit us not too long ago, so it was nice to see them doing okay. But yeah, it was a whole another world to be fostering. Well, first of all, to be fostering unofficially, it was just like, okay, there's a crisis situation, somebody needs some help. Yeah, come and live here. And I really wish she would have stayed here and stayed longer, but yeah, I'm thankful for the impact that we were able to have in her life, and the prayer that we're able to pray over her, not only during that time, but continuing on. And, you know, God's not done in any of our lives, but it's just good to see how she's doing. Hopefully I will see her in person soon, but yeah, I don't know if we'll have any more of those situations come along. There's certainly lots of opportunity for it where we live in an unofficial capacity, and that's all I can really say about that. But marriage is wonderful. Greg and I have both been doing a lot of work on ourselves personally this year, on our marriage, and just being super intentional in our marriage. Not that we didn't before, but just more so than we ever have been. Through our line of work, we were actually introduced to some retreats. He actually helped host one, and then went to several. I'm not going to get into it too much, but last October I got the opportunity to go to the female version of it, and that's just done a lot in our life and in our marriage, and bringing Christ first and foremost to the center of everything. But these are like group counseling retreats in a way, just like a lot of processing and being super intentional in our marriage and in our parenting, and just trying to live to the glory of God and live in excellence for Him. So a lot of what these retreats have shown us. So my husband has hosted a few. He's actually heading to Cuba to host another one there. So that's been exciting to see. He's been to Guatemala to host one. He attended one in Colorado, a couple here. I went back to Canada to attend one, and we hopefully will be hosting them here. On that note, we built a small hotel, like a guest house. We can sleep up to 16 people. It would be tight, like bunk style, to have that many people, but we can sleep up to that many people. We just had a couple here earlier the rooster's really going out there. We just had a couple here earlier this week, so that was our second group of guests staying. We have some more coming this month. We still have some finalizing to do, like fencing it off, putting a roof. There's a rooftop, but it needs to have a roof on it. Just some more finalizing things. And then we hope to open it up to actually more groups and host retreats. And yeah, that's really exciting just to see what God has been doing in that side of our work. I'll give you guys a little tour. There's still like a lot of little things that I want to do to it before I give you a tour, but I will give you a tour on the channel one of these days. So yeah, that's been really exciting. Our kids are doing amazing. I almost have a teenager. I've like been mom of littles for so long. Youngest just turned 3. If you guys remember, I got pregnant shortly before we moved here, so we had our son here. And our oldest is going to be 13 in January. And I'm just like, oof. But through fostering, we were just like in littles land for so long. And Isaiah, our son, was finally potty trained shortly after he turned 3. So this has been like the first few months stretch in my life in the past 13 years without diapers, which kind of feels crazy. Like it just opens up a whole new world. In the car today, actually, my daughter was like, Mom, do you have wipes? We were eating ice cream and something dripped or something. I'm like, I actually don't have wipes on me. I mean, a mom always needs wipes, but when I was diapering, of course, I always had wipes on me, but it was just kind of like this weird realization, like, oh, I don't have wipes. Anyways, marriage is good. Kids are good. Our oldest daughters are graduating. We put them in a local public school here, and they have learned Spanish amazingly. They don't need this book like I do. They sound like locals. Everybody who hears them is so impressed by them. I'm so impressed by them. I'm also a little bit jealous of them because how well they speak. I am totally that parent that's like relying on my kids to translate some things for me now. But they attended this little local public school for 2.5 years, and it was the best thing we could have ever done for their Spanish. But it only goes up to grade 6, and they will not be completing high school in the public school program here. If they wanted to go back to Canada, we just want them to have the opportunity. So they're actually going to be starting at the same school as Rosie's been in the last 2 years. Lilia, high school officially starts in grade 7 here, so I know that's like junior high. It's a K through 12 school, but high school officially starts in grade 7. So Lily is starting high school and she'll be joining second semester. The year's already started, but the school year here is different and they finish up in November. So they have a big graduation. They call it a promotion here, but they have a big graduation coming up. Greg's mom is coming down from Canada to be there for that. So it'll be really special. We'll have a little party for them. I'm just so proud of them. That cannot be easy. They're the only gringas in their school. They obviously go to school with all locals. The culture obviously is very economically different than what they were used to in Canada. They've had some challenges because of that, but they've made a couple really sweet friends. And yeah, overall, it's been great. We have also been homeschooling them still in the morning. We've been doing the Good and the Beautiful with them and an online math program. So my homeschooling journey is coming to an end also as they start at this private school. And this school is just going to open up so many opportunities for them if they want to go to college. I can't believe we're talking about that, but like high school is starting for them. And they are both graduating this year because Marissa went up a grade in the school system here, but she's technically only going to be in the 6th grade. I don't ever want our choices, our calling to move here to take away from something that God has for them in their future. So if they continued in the school system here, I don't think, it would be safe for them, and just the education doesn't carry if they did want to go back. So that is the decision that we prayed over and made. Our responsibilities in our work has just become too great in order for me to keep homeschooling them as well. So praise God for provision that they are able to attend this school. They're going to be able to be a part of sports teams and the play. Lily is actually auditioning for Mary Poppins this week, so I think that's really sweet because she'll be there second semester for when the play is going on. And I love school. I was not homeschooled. We homeschooled definitely out of necessity moving here. I definitely loved parts of it, but I do not feel like the strong calling on my life that I am supposed to homeschool or that I needed to homeschool forever. So I'm super excited for this opportunity. I really love school. I really think my older girls are going to love school. Rosie loves this school. It's a little bit of an oasis for them in the difficulties of life here. It's just really a little bit of an oasis for them. It's really like a family, tight-knit community there. The teachers are all wonderful. They're actually all North American teachers as well. So yeah, we are excited for that. There's so many other things I'd like to share with you, but I really can't share with you. So, but if you ever want to send me an email, feel free to do that at kate@faithfulmothers.com. I've really been trying to get back into obviously YouTube, my podcast, and creating resources to be an encouragement, to be helpful to other Christian moms or to moms on similar journeys as I am. I don't have the time and space to create content as much as I used to, and I do miss that, but I have been doing a lot of creating of resources here while I've been here. So I kind of have a whole library of going. So I'll link my website down below. If any of that interests you, you can check that out. But yeah, it feels good to be back. This is always something that I've enjoyed doing. I love this creative side. I love making these little videos, editing videos. It's fun for me. It's a little passion project. So yeah, feels good to be back. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a life update. We're going to be continuing on in a series about creating peace in your home. That's become a huge priority to me in my life as my kids grow, in how we speak to each other, in the things that we implement in our home so that there is peace in our home, the way that we are interacting with each other, communicating with each other, helping each other out. These are all things I'm passionate about. So I'm just going to continue on creating some videos in this Creating Peace in Our Home series. The next one we're going to be talking about decluttering. Again, if you've been here for a long time, you know I talked a lot about minimalism and decluttering. A lot of my YouTube journey actually started there, that in foster care, but it's really interesting because here in this house, we moved into like a hoarder's house. I don't want to say hoarder, like that may be strong, but it was an older couple who this was like their vacation home. So just everything ended up here. And when they moved, they just both took a suitcase of clothes and they left the entire house full. So I went through all of that when I was 8 months pregnant. I even took videos, but I don't think I ever posted them here. So maybe I can go back and look and see what videos I have to show you what it was like. But it's a whole process when you're moved to a different country, and thankfully had furniture and everything. Most of it's super old and falling apart, but thankfully we had furniture as we moved into this house. But I had to declutter all of their stuff, and then slowly I've been adding things that we need back into our lives here. But also when people come and visit, they bring things and it's like, oh, it's hard to find things here. So I find that I've been holding on to things like I used to very easily. Oh, I don't need this, get rid of it. If I need it, it's easy to replace. Well, that's not the case here. It is not easy to replace anything here. We do not have Amazon. Maybe I'll do another video on that and how we get Amazon here. We can get it here, but it takes like a month and the shipping fees are expensive. Yeah, so I just feel like I'm at the point now in our home where I'm ready to do another like whole declutter and just, yeah, we're like officially out of baby mode, like I was saying. So I think I'm going to video that as well and just kind of do a whole other decluttering, because I think it's so vital to creating peace in your home. When your environment is chaotic, your mind is chaotic. I strongly and firmly believe in that. I played that out in my life already, and I think I have a lot to teach about that. So we're going to do another decluttering minimalism series and kind of share my heart, my convictions, my passion behind that. But anyways, if you listen to me ramble on to here, thanks for watching. It's good to be back. Let me know where you are, or if you've been here for a long time, or maybe you're a new viewer, but write it down in the comments below. I would love to connect with you. That's one of my favorite parts about YouTube, is connecting with people all over the world. When we went back to Canada the first time after 2.5 years living here, someone I had connected with on YouTube through our fostering journey was like, hey, can we go out for dinner? So we went out for dinner and just had a lovely time. And like now we chit chat all the time on Instagram. So I love making those kind of connections. So please leave a comment down below and I'd love to connect with you. But that's it for today's video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.